Stephen Nizel.
May not be able to.
Nizio, I'm sorry. This case 19-232. Controlled substances, fleeing, driving unsuspended. Okay, I don't see where he's to appear today on what I have before me. Is he got a... Have you been picked up on another charge, sir?
Terroristic threatening since I've been in the county.
Judge, there's a copy of the affidavit up there.
Yeah, I've got that. He just supposed to...
Is this an 8.1 maybe?
Well, he's appeared before Judge Webb already. It looks like his next appearance is August 15th.
I've appeared for everything except for the new terroristic threatening charge that I just caught.
Okay. Does he have another terrorist? Do you have another terroristic threatening charge? Do you have more than
Yeah,
one?
it's separate. It's August 1st, I think. Since I've been in county, I caught one.
Yeah, he's already appeared before Judge Webb on that. The file shows that. If you might assume it's correct, unless they got off on the wrong file.
We have him with 4 files altogether, so.
Well, appear before Judge Webb on August 15th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. I'll be here.
Okay, good deal. Danielle Stevenson? Is that-
Yes, sir.
Danielle Stevenson, okay. Give me just a moment. Have you been before court, ma'am?
I went on Tuesday.
Okay. For the judge, what judge did you go before? Judge Duffy?
Yes, sir.
That's all I have. I don't have. You got it.
Okay. Did he give you what we call an 8.1 hearing? Told you had a right to remain silent, you had a right to a lawyer to go through all that?
Not for this charge, no, sir.
Not for this charge. Well, I'll do that. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say might be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, make application to the public defender's office. If you qualify, we'll appoint an attorney to represent you. And while you're in jail, subject to the regulations of the Sheriff's Department, you have a right to communicate with your family, friends, and your attorney. And Judge Layton has found probable cause for your arrest for possession of methamphetamine and speeding. Let's see what your bond's set at. Do you have a bond? $5,000 is what your bond's set at. Are you going to make application to public defender or hire a lawyer?
I was just going to plead guilty.
Okay, we're not in a position to do that today because the file's not been set up, but if you need a lawyer, hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, thank you. You can stand aside. What's your name, ma'am?
Shelby Homer.
Okay.
She's on the 8.1.
That's not been set up yet, has it? Okay. Ma'am, I'm looking at an affidavit here where Judge Duffy found probable cause for your arrest for residential burglary, theft of property, and theft by receiving. Have you been before a court on these charges?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say might be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, make application to the public defender's office. And if you qualify, we'll appoint an attorney to represent you. And while you're in jail, you have a right to communicate with your family, friends, and your attorney, subject to the regulations of the Sheriff's Department, of course. Your bond's been set at $10,000. And I guess I'll order you to appear on August 15th at 9 o'clock before Judge Webb, okay?
August 15th.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sir.
Jessica Schaefer, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Judge,
that's for hearing.
that is, Judge, I'm going to need to move to continue that hearing to at least the 22nd. There's going to be some issues with some witnesses.
Okay.
If we haven't waived the 60 days, we will.
Okay, this is 18-303, Jessica Schaefer, So for a revocation hearing, we'll continue it on defense motion to the 22nd.
Sir, am I eligible for bond?
Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about your case. Let me look at it a bit here.
Sir, if I might say, this is the first time in my entire life I've ever been sober. Like, I've received salvation. I've been sober for over a year. I've got a year of excellent time. And if I could get an affordable bond, I'd really like to prove myself that I could be like a positive, productive member of the community.
Do you know
Well,
what
there's been some allegations of problems within the year.
I don't know much about her. That's just what Charlie has on his notes. That she can't go to CCC. CCC, I'm assuming from her being here. Okay.
And I'm not a flight risk by any means. I never have been.
I'm reading these allegations. I think it's in your best interest just to sit there.
Yes,
It's
sir.
easy for me to say, but I think you'll understand further along.
Okay.
Thank you. You can stand aside.
Thank you.
These ladies in the hall are in, we can take that
We can take them all up.
to me and I.
Tammy Santoro.
1743. Santoro.
Yes.
We're looking at a police statement here. Going over this document.
Yes, sir.
And do you feel you understand what's in the police statement?
Yes, sir.
You understand what the statement says that you've done or not done to violate the terms and conditions of your probation?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading true to some or all of those allegations?
Yes, sir.
I think I'm on the, has there been a minute petition to revoke trial in this area? When was the petition filed?
Judge, the one I'm looking at was filed on March 14th of this year. She was convicted originally on March 15th of 2018. 2017-143.
There's a sentencing recommendation in this document. Other than what's the recommendation for sentence, have you been promised anything that should change?
No, sir.
Is anyone pressured or threatened?
No, sir.
It's true that were you in possession of some drug paraphernalia firearm?
That was a misdemeanor.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I was sentenced, yes, sir.
Filed in probation, you were in possession
Yes.
of some drug paraphernalia? By pleading true, you're giving up your right to a hearing with the state would have to prove you violated terms and conditions of your probation. You're also giving up your right to appeal, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
This time now, I'm gonna find that you violated the terms and conditions of your probation and revoke your probation. For delivery of methamphetamine, you'll be sentenced to 10 years in the Arkansas Department of Correction.
Well,
To be suspended, Judge.
oh, I see.
Well, there's no conditions here.
Judge, she was currently on probation, and what this
Yeah.
plea is to be is to extend her probation.
Okay.
We need to,
Now you-
you're all right. Carrie, do we need to do?
Well, that's-
Sounds like we need
that's
to do
what-
new conditions.
Do you need some new conditions?
It'll be the same conditions as last time. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just take it. I'd say it the same way. Sentence you
Okay.
10 years in the Arkansas Department of Correction to be suspended.
Yes, okay.
All right, that's for delivery of methamphetamine on each count. For possession of drug paraphernalia, you'll be sentenced to 6 years in the Arkansas Department of Correction to be suspended. For disorderly conduct, 30 days in the county jail to be suspended. You're sentenced to 78 days in the county jail, but given credit for time served. You pay $200 in costs, and does she owe anything from the previous I take it she's paid out?
I don't know that she's, no, Your Honor, I don't think she's paid out.
Yeah, I was paying my fines a monthly until I was in here, so, and I'll continue.
She originally
Yep.
got a $2,000 fine, Judge.
Yes.
All the
Well,
requisite fees.
I don't have it before me. I'll send you to pay the same fees and costs and
Yes.
fines that you earlier were ordered to pay, but give you credit for any sums you paid.
Okay.
You'll need to be processed out. You need to see it. Pardon me?
I'll just take her paperwork. and
Okay,
send it.
there you go.
So when I release, do I need to go report over to my PO? Okay.
Absolutely. Follow that.
Follow him.
Mandy Ramirez, 18-529, battery.
Judge, this matter is for change of plea as well. If you'll bear with me, I can make the appropriate signature.
Now I'm looking at your police statement and condition of suspension of probation. Have you gone over these documents?
Yes.
Has begun.
And did you sign them?
Yes.
Do you feel you understand what's in these documents?
Yes.
Do you understand the charge against you and the range of penalties if you're convicted?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty to battery in the second degree?
Yes.
As you've heard me tell others, when you plead guilty, you give up your right to have a trial and you give up your right to an appeal. Do you know that?
Yes.
Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Other than what's in these documents, have you been promised anything to get you to change your plea? Has anyone pressured or threatened you?
No.
And you're guilty of this crime?
Yes.
What happened?
Your Honor, on December the 2nd, 2018, near the Eagles Lodge in Midway, Arkansas, this defendant would have gotten into an argument that escalated into a confrontation, a physical confrontation with a Kaylin Anderson, and during that, she would have bent her finger, the victim's finger back, and broke it.
That's my mother. I did not do that to her.
I'm sorry, I misspoke that, Your Honor. That Ms. Ramirez's mother was a witness to this. She got into an argument with a lady, I guess who's not named here, and broke this young lady's finger. It was necessary for the finger to be, she's going to have surgery on her finger, you know. That's the basis of the second degree. You
Is
know,
that true, ma'am?
Huh?
Is that true?
Yes.
This time, ma'am, I accept your plea. Judge you guilty. You'll be sentenced to 4 years in the Arkansas Department of Corrections. We'll suspend that on conditions of probation. You'll pay $200 in cost, a $2,000 fine, a DNA fee of $250, $20 booking fee, $200 in cost, $5,000 in restitution. Pay what you owe at a minimum rate of $100 per month, beginning within 30 days. Make your payments to the Sheriff's Department here in Baxter County.
You're gonna meet with that fella right there.
Follow him.
Yep, follow him. Misty McBride, Your Honor.
18-315.
If I may approach, Your Honor.
Right.
Judge, there's an issue as to restitution or the recovery of extradition costs in this case, and Ms. McBride shares that with the money in her personal effects and other family members, that she'll have that money to pay today. Is that correct? The restitution?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. McBride, I'm looking at a police statement and some conditions of suspension of probation. Have you gone over these documents with your lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand what's in the documents?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the 2 charges against you and the range of penalties for convicted?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty to possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia?
Yes, sir, I am.
You're giving up your right to have a trial, and you're giving up your right to an appeal by pleading guilty. You know that.
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Have you been promised anything other than the recommendation as to your sentence, which is in this document?
No, sir.
Have you been pressured or threatened to get you to change your plea?
No, sir.
And are you guilty of these crimes?
Yes, sir.
When-
Judge, I don't have the affidavit.
That's fine.
I'm looking for it.
No problem. I'll do it right here. Looks like on or about July 20th of last year here in Mountain Home, you were in possession of some methamphetamine and some drug paraphernalia, is that right?
Yes, sir.
This time, ma'am, I'll accept your plea and judge you guilty for possession of methamphetamine. You'll be sentenced to 6 years in the Department of Corrections to be suspended. Possession of drug paraphernalia, you're sentenced to 4 years in Department of Corrections to be suspended. You pay $200 in cost, a $2,000 fine, a DNA fee of $250, $20 booking fee, $200 in public defender fees, a drug crime assessment of $125, and an extradition fee of $473.45. And pay what you owe at a minimum rate of $100 per month, beginning within, how long have you been locked up, approximately?
Here in Baxter County, I've been in jail for 2 months today.
Okay, beginning within 60 days, make your payments to the Sheriff's Department here in Mountain Home, okay?
Okay.
Tina Snyder, Your Honor.
Okay, 18-470. And while on probation, you failed to report and pay is correct.
Yes.
Yes. I was,
Oh, yes is the answer.
And have you failed to perform your community service?
yes.
Why?
What?
Why have you failed?
Not perform your community service.
I was,
Go ahead and answer his question.
okay, I was relying on other people when I shouldn't have been relying on. I had a flat tire.
All right, well,
And-
I'm gonna find you contempt of court, sentence you 89 days in the county jail. You'll pay $200 in costs. Okay, thank you.
All right, you be excused.
That's fine.
Go that way.
Your Honor, if I may have one minute.
Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah, page 3 of the docket, 19-275, Michael Timothy Davidson.
Michael Davidson, 19-275.
I believe it was a transfer over from Webb's division. We had pled not guilty there at that time, but for consistency purposes, I will do so again today and waive the reading.
It's aggravated assault, criminal mischief. Looks like his next appearance is in November 7th, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, stay in contact with your lawyer, sir.
Yes, sir. That's all he has today, and that's all I have today. May be excused.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ashley Jenkins, 18-509, manufacturing controlled substances.
Your Honor, we have a plea in this case. If the court will bear with me a moment, I need to ensure that everything has been signed and we can,
And I guess she also has 18-520, is that right?
that's correct, Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm looking at 2 police statements and 2 sets of terms and conditions. Have you gone over these with your lawyer?
You gotta say yes.
Yes.
And do you feel you understand what's in these documents?
Yes.
You understand the charges against you and the range of penalties if you're convicted?
Yes.
You've signed these, haven't you?
Yes.
In case 18-520, are you pleading guilty to possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia,
Yes.
possession of a Schedule 4 controlled substance, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia misdemeanor?
Yes.
And in 18-509, are you pleading guilty to delivery of methamphetamine?
Yes.
When you plead guilty, you give up your right to have a trial, or trials in this case, and you cannot appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Have you been promised anything other than what's in these documents?
No.
Has anyone pressured or threatened you to get you to change your plea?
No.
Are you guilty of these crimes, ma'am?
Yes.
What did she do?
Your Honor, in case 2018-509, that occurred on about May 12th, 2000. This is actually a very old case. She would have sold $100 worth of methamphetamine to a confidential informant. Judge, because of the time of that sale, 2009, the state's left in a position to have problems with evidentiary that may or may not result in that. But essentially what this defendant did in that case is she delivered with others, she delivered $100 worth of methamphetamine for money. That was done near a certain facility, and again, the date on that is May of 2009. In the case of 2018, 520, this defendant was with Zachary Hawthorne and was found at a local Midtown Casey's General Store. When the police arrived, they found Mr. Hawthorne, who's been previously sentenced by this court, placing a large amount of money inside a wallet. A search of the Jeep that they were in found a quantity of controlled substance methamphetamine, a paraphernalia to go along with that, such as baggies, I think there was a green leafy subjects, 2 glass weed pipes, scales, numerous used baggies, and that accounts for the Class A misdemeanors, the marijuana, possession of controlled substance, and the drug paraphernalia for both methamphetamine and marijuana. Again, Judge, that was done on or about December the 7th of 2018.
Is what he said true?
Yes.
Okay, is one of these going to be a 346?
Judge, the intent is for both of them to be, I just didn't interlineate it on the other one.
Judge, I didn't think you could get a 340, you can give a 346 on the first one. I didn't think after the second one you could get a 346.
I was thinking if you did them at the same time.
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't you look it up?
Judge, if she's eligible, I give it to them. It screws them up enough as it is, but I don't know.
We'll have to see, but you'll still be able to get it expunged. Judge, she's willing to go forward.
And get what?
Well, we have a probation plea. I don't know, are you wanting us to check to see if she's eligible for the 346? Or,
If we're going to give her 346, we need to determine whether she's eligible
Sure.
for, don't you think?
yes, absolutely. We'll have her come back after lunch.
Yes.